That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast. That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
Y'all know what time it is. Turn up. That's what I said.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with your host, Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. The broadcast starts now.
Hey. What's good? Y'all already know what it is.
We live, y'all.
Yes, we are. That's what I said. Live and direct on Tuesday. A whole hour early. Move the time. It's a better fit. What's good?
We just had some minor rearranging to do.
Just minor, yeah. Just a minor. We wanted to, I think, adjust how, we not even just present the podcast, but, planning out our rest of our evening. We had, business calls and things of that nature. So we kind of wanted to make sure that we had enough time to do the podcast with y'all live, as always, and still meet our obligations that we have to meet. So, hope everybody's enjoying their Tuesday. Was good. That's what I said. Streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and I sent out a Twitter notification. Woo woo. And if you're listening on Spreaker, the Spreaker app, you'll be able to chat with me live. And that's it. I mean, right now, it's a live thing. It's available at the end of the podcast, available on wherever you listen to your podcast, pretty much everywhere. It's there. So let's do this conversation on the conclusion of self-investment and how did you see it? How was it ultimately for you, Miss Connie?
I think for me, I took a couple big nuggets away from a couple of the different, the three podcasts leading up to this. And the couple nuggets that I took away was making sure that you're making time for yourself, as well as making time to make sure your money is not doing something squirrely.
Right. You gotta,
And that you're putting it towards something, not just letting it hang to dry.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, a lot of self-investment though in self is being patient with yourself and just allowing yourself to, you know, not just learn about the investment things that you're going to do within, you know, your whole personal realm and things you're going to, you know, change, things you're going to learn that can bring something to you. But at the same time, you don't want to be stagnant in, you know, this situational thing where you sit there and complain about why this didn't work and why that didn't work. And
Right.
I'm blaming this person for this and I'm not taking accountability for that. And it's like, no, you got to stop all that, because all that time you're doing delaying and pushing all the things that you want to do away because you're too busy complaining about all the things that happened to you, not all the things that you've created, just all the things that's happened to you. Take accountability for the things that you may have created that may have been not just a pit stop for you, but damn, it could have been just the ending conclusion to a great thing that you could have been doing. But no, you kind of fucked it up. So
the other thing I took away, not to cut you off on that, if you had additional thought, but
not really.
was being disciplined with your money.
Oh, definitely.
That is something, you know, I think not just for my own self, but for everyone out there listening, is that you have to have self-discipline when it comes to your money and your finances.
Well, that in itself is the tie-on or the bridge, you know, where you come from personal development to financial. And whenever we kind of do these conversations, I want to kind of do it in that kind of situation awareness where people are not just looking at it from a personal development side, they're also seeing the financial, you know, piece too.
Right.
So I think sometimes what happens with us, we want change to happen, but we're not recognizing the bad habits we may have.
Oh, you hit that one just ping.
So, I mean,
because you don't want to recognize your own bad habits. You
right.
just don't.
Well, it's not even just the bad habits. I think, you know, I think it's, I think it's more so like, damn, I have to take accountability. I have to take accountability over not just
shit like that.
everything that I may have done that has created not necessarily a bad habit, but a bad way of thinking, stuck in a I don't know because this is what you are used to doing.
Right.
You know, this is the habit forming things. And I'll put a case in point. I remember when I was in the Navy, I had this bad idea of budgeting. Okay. My budgeting was, I added up all my bills. I knew how much money I needed to save to pay those bills. The money that I had left over was entertainment money and take care of the house money. So there had to been that division. Once the food was in the house, what's left over is entertainment.
Right. And entertainment can mean a vast majority of things.
I mean, a vast majority of things. I mean, shit, I was in the Navy.
Right. Club.
I was not, yes. I mean, I was not at home. I was an adult. Right. So I was doing responsible stuff, but I was irresponsible why I was doing it. So it made sense to have the money to do it. And I wouldn't overspend. I wouldn't, like, you know, start overspending to the point where my account's in a negative because I'm living through entertainment.
Right.
That wasn't no. What happened was I got to this point where I wasn't having to spend that much money, and I was actually saving it. But I was spending it on looking good for the entertainment. So I never really saved the money.
I was just about to say, so what did we learn here?
I learned a lifestyle that I protected because I financed it. I was not smart financially, and it was like I adjusted my budget based on my situation.
Yeah.
It was like if I was in a relationship, then there was certain nights I wasn't going out.
Right.
But the nights that, we went out, we went out. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure that I budgeted, but the thing is that my bills was always getting paid.
Right.
Regardless of if they was on time.
Yeah.
They was getting paid.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I think all of us went, and collectively, anybody that, has been in the military, I think collectively we've all gone through that phase where, we're not under the thumbnail of mom and dad anymore. We can go do whatever we want and
kind of
spend whatever we want.
Kind of, but
if you didn't have the apartment or the home to have to, pay your rent and all that kind of stuff, and you lived in the barracks where you didn't have to pay anything, you
have some responsibility there because,
right. There's some, but shoot.
A lot of it is more your upbringing. You still get put in a position to be responsible.
Right, exactly. You have to be accountable.
And it's like you either have it before you get in the military or you learn it. You learn it as you go. Mm-hmm. I was kind of that learn as you go because I was prepared, but I wasn't prepared.
Gotcha.
Meaning I was prepared to go in the military and do do these things because ultimately I knew I wasn't going home.
Right.
At some point I'm gonna have to get my own place.
Yeah.
So it's learning to have your own stuff without not relying, but more of it's you. You have to take care of this. It has to get cleaned by you. It has to be this by you. So it was like it was already those things that I didn't want to do at home, I innately started doing in the military.
Gotcha.
Because it was on me.
Right.
It wasn't on my brother got it. What you talking about? It's your day though.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's funny because I actually had my own apartment before I went into the military.
Right.
And kind of why I went into the military was because what I was paying for rent and all of my, phone and electric and all that crap, was becoming a little bit more than I was getting in my paycheck.
Right.
So I was like, damn, I gotta move back home. I don't know that I want to do that.
Right.
And, lo and behold, a friend of mine was joining the military. So we went, I took the test, and, all these years later, here I am, being a responsible adult.
Well,
again,
I think what's weird about that whole situation is that, sometimes we innately just start doing what we have to do to take care of us. And then even with the help of our, family and everything else to get us on the right track, sometimes that helps. But some people just don't have that. They just,
right.
Leave home and go straight in the military. And like I said, sometimes it's a learn and go kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And those guys end up being successful too, because it's something that you appreciate more.
Right.
Because not only are those gentlemen and those young ladies more vulnerable at that time, I don't care what branch of service you were in, it's like a brotherhood and a sisterhood.
It is.
So it's like, we take care of each other, arm in arm, but it's weird expressing that piece now when all the shit we deal with when we come home, when we're out of the military.
Yeah.
And how stuff is continuously going on. It's just, that's a whole together different podcast. So
I was just about to say,
let's not
that's
go
a
that
topic for another podcast.
Yeah. So, you got anything else? Any final thoughts or anything?
I guess my final thoughts would be, if you haven't caught the series to this podcast, make sure you go back to the very first episode we did in talking about self-investment, and that was on February the 28th. Tune into all, wherever you get your podcast at, look for That's What I Said, and go to February 28th, the first segment we did on self-investment, and that's going to provide you with where you can conversate with us, get yourself guided in the right steps to self-investment, and just make sure that you're not closed-minded to what's being discussed. Have an open mind to it, because you never know.
Well, I want to. I agree. I'll say this though. Sometimes you have to have a different point of view, and that's all me and Connie's view is. It's a different point of view.
Right.
Could be right. Could be wrong. I mean, you can investigate everything that I say and look into everything I say, and 90.5%, 95% of it is probably going to be true. It ain't gonna be no 5% where I just lean to a lie. No, the 5% is a buffer of me saying it the way I say it.
Right.
And that's the uniqueness of, my podcast.
That's the uniqueness of us.
It's not gonna be in front of a teleprompter and somebody reading off of a pre-written script to say the state of the city you live in or the state you live in. No, fuck you.
Shoot.
You telling me the crimes you want to tell me.
Right.
You're telling me the weather how you want to tell me. You're telling me the sports the way you want to tell the sports. Come on, y'all.
Right.
When we gonna wake up?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna do a whole podcast on this whole element of not just controversial thoughts, but it's like, the living in the matrix is it's a reality. Okay. And I'm gonna have a group conversation on a podcast here pretty soon. I'm getting it organized right now, so please stay on the watch out for that.
Right.
And we're gonna talk about
things coming.
We
have big things coming, y'all.
It's a lot.
And tuned in.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm going to put this out there. The podcast is going to get bigger. The podcast will get bigger. It will have a whole another set of female energy on board. Yeah. I'm not going to say who that person is. I'm not going to even get into details about that. All I'm saying is that's coming real soon. So y'all need to tap in, tune in, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you are following That's What I Said on Facebook, and you'll get all the updates, any updates, everything that's going on with the podcast. It's going to be right there on That's What I Said. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, That's What I Said, Twitter, That's What I Said 25, and Twitch, That's What I Said. So make sure y'all following us. Make sure y'all tapping in and tuning in. So with that being said, we're gonna close out with that. It was another conversation that I want to get into as I look at my wife, at the top of my glasses.
So
She knows the signal. I mean,
exactly.
It's man.
It's a look. Hello. So, babe,
What's up?
how about what had happened with that bank in California that went to zero?
What? Oh my God!
Like quickly.
Oh, all right, y'all. Here we go. We're stepping into the field of controversy.
Ding ding ding. Ring the bell. Here we go.
Shit, where's that button?
Oh, Green Jimmy.
So, if nobody knows or heard, there's a bank, SVB Bank. It is Silicon Valley Bank. It's so
Yeah, Silicon Valley Bank in California.
yeah. So okay, a lot of places put their money in places that they think is safe. And with inflation and prices going up and everything else, and companies are starting to feel the pain of the inflation, so their prices are starting to go up, and companies are starting to lay people off and all kinds of shit like that.
Right.
People are putting more money in the bank for safety because when the prices start going up, they're going to need something to fall back on.
Right.
The wonderful world of social media is is complete trash. So I was reading some articles, going back and forth and everything, to come up with, what we was going to talk about. And this is really the only thing. If y'all hear some background noise, it is hella windy here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hella windier tomorrow. And I know windier is not even a damn word. But it's going to be more windy tomorrow. Let me act like I have public school education.
What?
So, so this bank in particular has numerous of accounts. And within these accounts, one stood out to me as I was cruising the streets of the Silicon Valley Highway. I'm such an asshole.
Oh, my God.
So the bank itself, for you guys that don't know, the bank itself lost, and this is just one day, y'all. Okay, one day, not 4 or 5, one. That's why I said social media.
Where's your bell? Ding, 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 ding.
Hey, social media.
Boy.
Where is? Oh, dang! I need a damn good button for that. I need to update my buttons. I need a button for that as I produce, and do the thing. This bank lost $42 million
24 hours.
in a single day
24 hours. 40.
last week.
You said billion, correct?
Yeah, billion. B billion.
I wanted to make sure I heard you correctly.
B is in bank. Bullshit. Billion. Okay.
Oh my God.
B stands for billion bank bullshit.
Yeah, dog.
Let's get our letters together. We're gonna have to do an ABC.
Damn. So how do I put this? How in the hell did they lose $42 billion in one day?
I'll tell you what happened.
Thank you.
The glorious world
Brian.
of the World Wide Web.
Uh-oh.
You know how we have investors that are on social media that provide social media content and a lot of followers based on the content that they produce grows throughout time, especially if they're reputable and they're, done their research and have some onus to what they say and some prowess and not an ego.
Right.
They're going to be trusted.
Mm-hmm.
So social media influencers, or I shouldn't say influencers, I'm sorry, social media investor, or I should say successful investors that are social media, whatever you want to call them. Basically, when they put tweets out, CEOs and companies pay attention.
The masses listen.
Big time.
Is basically what you're getting at. They
Big
listen
time.
to whatever was being put out. Okay.
And I think what happens is that when the investors basically pinpoint a certain group of people, they know how that is going to go. It's not going to go like in a circle and it's going to be like, talking to Can or whatever and pass whatever I said to the next person. It's not. It's not going to be that.
Yeah. That shit spread like wildfire then.
They did that shit on social media. They're saying it was Twitter. I'm not confirming it. I'm not going to say it was or not.
Right.
But it damn sure sounds like something that would happen on Twitter though. And the reason why I say that is because news don't travel that fast on social media unless there's a picture behind it.
Right.
Something like this ain't going to have a picture behind it.
Nah.
It's just going to be some words. It's going to be like a select group of people.
Right.
And these group of people that they're saying that they did was startup companies.
Wow.
So what fear of anything other than God that is not within you, that is now in you when they say this? If you're a founder, you're a CEO, or you're a president, you're whatever you call yourself,
Yeah.
of your business, your LLC, whatever it is, what are you doing? You gonna share the tweets to your compadres and say, "Yo, hey,
Hey.
heads up, yo, hey, yo, they don't like us over there."
Right.
So it's
Damn.
that type of shit, that fear. And when they do that, they organize some shit and basically said, today is the day, D-Day, withdraw everything.
Wow.
Bruh, they had, they left that bank with $1 billion in the negative. In the negative. That is messed up.
Wow.
I'm laughing because it's like, this is some hardcore shit right here.
Right, but could you imagine if we didn't have social media and that happened? That's a lot of phone calls.
This ain't the first time. There was another time, wasn't it? Wells Fargo?
Oh, no. Washington Mutual.
Oh, Washington Mutual. My bad.
There we go.
Appreciate that. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate that. Yeah. So
Yeah, back in when the Great Recession was 2008,
yeah, I don't know.
something like that.
Yeah, we ain't.
Don't quote me.
No, we don't do all that. So
Don't quote me on the year. That time frame.
See,
That's wild.
this is what happens. Most small companies know how much FDIC insures their money, how much they insure, or how much they cover, right? Mm-hmm. So in this particular instance, someone that's a small business owner brought that up and said the FDIC is only going to cover $250,000, $250,000.
Oh my gosh.
You know how much money I got in that bank?
Right.
They talking about collapsing or whatever and woo woo woo. Bank run, that's what they call it. It's a bank run. They just run their money.
Damn.
So
I couldn't even fathom.
So people are like, yo, I had a brother of mine that I was in the military with call me. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Hey, yo. I need to take my money out the bank. I was like, yo, hold up, my G, hold up. Calm down, bro.
Right.
But I gave him some sage advice, and I can share that advice. I mean, basically, I told him, I was like, do you really want your money in the bank that you got it in? That's what I told him. I was like, if you don't have your money spread throughout a couple accounts, you can avoid major loss by just doing that. You identify what bank each one of these banks you have an account at. I'll say 3. I'm not saying that you have to have 3. I'm just saying that as an example.
Right.
But you have 3 accounts, and you have one that's for your grocery money, or your whatever. You have it for your bills. You can have it for whatever. You have 3 accounts, and you put money in those 3 accounts based on the budget that you create, knowing how much each one of those banks are going to need that, because that's how you got your bill set up.
Yeah. Wow.
To me, when you're real and you become a business owner and you know your bank, the reason why you're banking with them, the reason why this, that, and the other, you already have done your research.
Yeah.
A lot of people that even listen to this podcast right now didn't even know how much their money would be insured if something was to happen, if that bank falters.
Right, especially if, you have a lot of money in the bank.
Right. So
do your research.
If it's FDIC, that means they covering $250,000.
And that's it.
If you got more than that in that bank,
you might want to think about it.
You might want to think about it. And I tell anybody that got a bank account, I'll be transparent. Shit, I got 2 of them. 3. Damn.
I was just going to say.
Anyway, do we have our money situated? If something was to happen, can we do what we need to do? We always going to make something happen. Don't get it twisted. But to be prepared.
Right.
Nobody's prepared. So this is a life lesson. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do that topic of self-investment, and then to tie this story into it, because I think it's great, because
it couldn't have happened at a better time.
Really, you think about it. And I'm a close out with this. It's a different situation when you can put your money in an asset that doesn't die when the market goes down. If you can put your money into something that actually grows every year, a percentage, that's where you want to put your money into. And it's not something that happens overnight or anything like that. It's something that you have to graduate into
Right.
once you figure this whole temporary bank situation is, because my goal in life is to help people be their own bank. I've been talking about that ever since I'm doing videos about crypto.
Right.
You got to be your own bank. Being your own bank makes things a whole lot different financially.
Right.
When anything comes up, you're able to move some money around and still do what you need to do. And then people will say, well, what about credit cards and blah, 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 blah. Half y'all got the credit cards I ain't supposed to have anyway.
Right.
Let's be transparent and say that right off rip.
And at that point, if you're your own bank, you shouldn't need a credit card.
I mean, and it's not even just about needing the credit card. It's about how you can leverage the credit cards to work for you and still have a great credit score, still have assets, and you still have money making money. Your money is not sitting there being borrowed or used for loans or to take care of a credit card or to whatever it is. It's not going down that road. You can put your bank or put your money in an asset that basically does what it needs to do for you. You work hard for your money, so why come you can't put that money back to work? You work to get the money, so you should be able to put that money back to work.
Right.
Y'all thinking about the wrong pimp strategies, I'm telling y'all. Put that money to work. Period. I mean, I'm going to say this and then we can go and close it out. Y'all need to start thinking like a pimp does. If I put it out there to work, it's going to pay me. That's how you got to treat your money. If you work hard and you think working hard is so that you can grab a hold of, this house or that car, or I'm going to wait till my tax return comes so I can get that car and floss on these hoes and da-da-da. It's always somebody looking to steal your shit. And everybody don't know why. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you are not observant of where you are, who you need to be, you will already know who your haters are.
Wow.
I'm not saying you ain't got to floss. I ain't saying you got to front. You ain't got to do all that. You could do whatever you want to do. But if you're trying to change your mentality of the people you hang around, not because they bad people, it's just because you know what changed you, they not going to want to change.
Yeah. Not everybody's ready for change.
And not everybody's ready for change. People might listen to you.
Right.
But you can't push. That's like religion. You can't push religion on people.
Nope.
You can't push people to change because you see the good in them.
Right. They have to want to do it.
They have to want to do it. Like, period. It can't be just, man, I'm tired of this, man, struggling all the time. And all I keep doing is getting these bullshit jobs because, man, I know I could do something better. Do it.
Right.
Start waiting on somebody to tell you, yeah, you can do that. No, be your own hype man. Like I've been telling everybody about, be your own motivation.
Right.
Be your own hype man. Don't worry. Don't let somebody be the hype man so that you can go do great things for them to get jealous of you and all this other shit. And it's like, why I ain't got the money? I said, I don't know. It's kind of funny how your best friend ain't around no more. I'm just saying, you got to watch the people that's around you. Some people get, jealous because of your talent, because of what you can do and what you can't do. What you cannot do is falter and think that it's a temporary situation that you're in You're not in the box.
Yeah.
Be aware of your surroundings. You know who your true friends are. You know who your haters are. Why you are worried about what your haters think of you is beyond me. Stop feeding them. Stop feeding them. There's people that's going to always be hungry to hate on you. They always going to be hungry to hate on you. They ain't got nobody else to hate on. That's the life we live in. Nobody wants to have that conversation because, you know, it's not real. You know, it is real.
Right.
The fuck you mean? This shit ain't just happening in the black community. Don't get it twisted. This shit is happening everywhere. This is happening on the job.
Right.
This shit is happening on the job. People getting railroaded. And guess what? Silicon Valley Bank. Psh, bruh.
That shit was done and gone.
This
in
whole
48 hours.
People don't understand something.
48 hours.
People don't understand something. 42 billion. I'm sorry. I don't know why I messed it up and I came up with the bank bullshit billions. It's a sad reality that we are living in, that we let people push a narrative just to see if they can do some shit.
Right.
And even if that wasn't the premise behind it, or if the premise was even more callous, to see if they could shut this bank the fuck down.
Right.
Which I don't think that's what it was. You know what? I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to speculate.
Right. If y'all want to know anything about what happened to the bank, go to any of your social media and look it up, because there's information out there about it. You just got to know where to look.
Yeah, and I'm gonna briefly say this, and then we up out of here. I'm gonna keep what I was gonna talk about. I'm gonna keep that for another podcast because that's gonna go deep. I'm gonna talk about this GPT, and what it's it's gonna be a good podcast coming up on Thursday. But the topic for Thursday,
Yeah,
I don't know what the topic for Thursday is.
I do.
I don't. I mean, I know what it's going to be around. I know what it's going to be.
Are we going to be helpful to the people?
Of course.
And provide them some good informational knowledge. You know,
of course.
We're in tax season.
Well, yeah. I mean, we are going into tax season, so I mean, I could just feel compelled to.
I mean, because what they changed it to April 18th now is the last day you can file your taxes.
Yeah.
But I think you got some shocking revelations to provide to the people on Thursday when we do this conversation.
Why you say that? What?
Because I know you.
I don't know. I mean,
I do believe, sir, that you are going to provide not just helpful information, but I think you're going to give them some shocking truths that they're not aware of.
Well, I may or may not. I may not. I'll give you a shocking truth right now. You know somebody in particular that banked at Silicon Valley and had over $500 million in there?
No, I do not.
Roku.
Oh. The TV?
Yes.
Shut the front door.
So
uh-oh,
that's some shocking truth for y'all. So
damn.
Moving forward, Thursday is the open door for tax season, and I am going to give my, I guess you can say, reality of taxes and smart legal ways to be able to minimize the pain of taxes, even though you still have to pay them. But you can minimize the pain.
There you go. Okay.
So,
pique my interest.
Really?
Yes.
So minimizing the pain of taxes is the topic for Thursday. So y'all make sure y'all tap in and tune in. You got any final words for them so we can kick the bucket up out of here?
All I gotta say is thank you everybody for tapping in and tuning in and catching us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This whole new change to our podcast is, I think it's been a blast so far. I mean, just the new stuff that's coming, I'm excited for. I know our fan base is going to be excited for it as well. So thanks again, y'all, for tapping in and tuning in. Peace.
Yep, most definitely, y'all. As we get up out of here, you know what I got to do? I got to play it. So check it out, y'all. Thursday, you already know the topic. Minimizing the pain of taxes. Minimizing the pain of taxes. Hope y'all enjoyed this Tuesday evening with your boy Cedric D. Sanders, always in front of me with my beautiful wife Connie. And you already know what it is. We up out of here. That's what I said. Make sure y'all tapped in and tune in. I see you on Thursday. We out.
Peace.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.